Assalamu alaikum, sister. So maybe you have started wearing hijab or are thinking about it, or maybe you have worn it and are just looking for ways that you can improve it. Perhaps you're even maybe thinking about removing it and are having second thoughts. So wherever you are on your journey, I wanted to make this video because I have been wearing hijab for 9 years now, alhamdulillah. And there are a few things that I have realized and I have experienced myself that have drastically changed the way that I see it and the relationship that I have with it. And also because I am the creator of Claudia Nur Cosmetics, which is a line of skincare and makeup that is made with halal, all natural, and wudu friendly ingredients. So, this topic of beauty and modesty and hijab is something that I deal with every day. Now, these things that I'm going to share with you are not really related to our faith or our spirituality because there are so many other teachers that are amazing that you can learn about this from. I'm not qualified to speak on that topic, even though I will always share personal reflections that have helped me. But these things that I'm going to share are more related to like beauty and the outward issues that a lot of us have dealt with. So we all know that the end goal of modesty is to really just preserve our beauty for a special select group of people. So we are not supposed to be beautifying ourselves and just going around and showing everyone our beauty because that is something that is to be honored. Now, this is something that we all know, but we all struggle with. And after dealing with a lot of my customers and dealing with my own personal experience, I see that there are a few things that just across the board are things that everybody is dealing with. And those are the things that I want to share with you. So the first one is skin issues. And this was a major one for me and something that I didn't even think about before I converted to Islam. I would just use makeup to like fix whatever was the issue, and I would try to take care of my skin, but in a very superficial way. Now, when I started looking more into modesty and I realized that maybe I didn't have to rely so much on makeup to feel good about myself, then I saw that I had to take care of my skin. And this all happened at the same time that I was developing products for my business. So you will see like that if you have followed me in my business, you will see that transition where I started creating skincare products. I started taking care of my skin in a holistic way during the same time, because what happens is that you have skin issues and you want to fix them, but then the industry of skincare right now is so busy and so distracting that you might end up just like developing these routines that take forever, that sometimes don't fix your skin, and it just makes everything more confusing and it makes you rely more on makeup. So one of the really big shifts that I did, that I realized just by personal experience and by advising other sisters about this, is that you really have to start working on your skincare from the inside out. When you do that, and you just start addressing skincare problems, thinking about what is going on the inside, then you can have a really minimal skincare routine because most of the work is being done from the inside out, as it should. That's why you will see even on my website that my skincare is like very like it's, you don't have a lot of products because your skin doesn't need that much product. You have oils and like facial spritz and clay masks and cleansing powders, and that's pretty much it. Because when you get to the point that you take care of your skin by fixing your diet and your lifestyle, then it becomes that much easier. So while you are trying to be more modest and maybe wear less makeup, and you apply this holistic approach, then like everything is just gonna fall into place because you're gonna feel healthy and your skin is gonna look better. And then makeup becomes something that is, it can be a choice, it doesn't have to be a necessity. The second one is that you might have a wrong idea of beauty. And this is happening a lot, and it is the cause of a lot of anxiety and a lot of like insecurities that are happening to everyone, not only Muslim women, but like really everyone. Why? Because maybe you want to deal with your dark circles and you watch a tutorial on how to do that, but then you start, because it is being suggested to you, you start noticing other things that maybe you didn't want to fix, but you are being told that you have to fix. And while you watch more and more tutorials, then you might be exposed to images that are filtered and photoshopped and that are not really how your skin is supposed to look. Your skin has texture and your skin has pores, and your skin is supposed to have like these natural things because that is just how it is. But when we are just watching things on a screen and you just see people that look like they have no pores and that everything is flawless, and people who are applying an insane amount of makeup but their skin still looks natural, you might get the wrong idea, and then you are trying to apply the same concepts to you and it doesn't work out, and then you feel that maybe you just need to apply more makeup, maybe you're not doing it right. But what's really happening is that your idea of beauty is shifting. Instead of just like appreciating yourself and like being grateful for your body and taking care of yourself, now you need to change it because you need to fit into what it is that you are seeing. Now, the way that you fight this is with knowledge. Once you know and you understand that first, skin doesn't look this way, like the things that you're watching most of the time is not how real skin looks. Once you go outside and you actually look at women, you will see that everybody has texture, everybody has pores, everybody has normal skin. And not only that, but all of these trends that we are being shown, they will most likely not even be trending maybe 3 months, 6 months from now. So we don't want to be chasing the trends because they are changing constantly. And if you look throughout history, you will see that what was in fashion one time was not in fashion the next year or the next decade. And then as women, we are just trying to catch up, and we're just trying to maintain this ideal that somebody else is telling us, instead of focusing on the ideal that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, which is to just embrace ourselves how we are. Now, this point leads me to the third one, which is a lack of confidence. So then, it could be because of what you're watching. It could be that you have internalized all of these things. So then you have this lack of confidence that just makes you want to fit into whatever you're surrounded with or whatever you are seeing. And this one requires quite a bit of work because you really have to deprogram yourself and you have to sort of recalibrate everything, putting Allah in the center. The whole concept and the whole goal of modesty is not to oppress, but actually to honor you, is to just release you and free you from all of these things, and just to tell you that you are enough, that you don't need, that your lips don't need to be bigger or smaller, or your eyes don't need to be a different color, or your skin doesn't have to be a different shade, that you don't have to be chasing this ideal that in reality is never going to happen. That if you get a little older and you start to get some wrinkles, that is perfectly fine, that there is nothing wrong with that. And everything that we see is telling us the opposite. So then this lack of confidence is actually really good, because when you don't have confidence and you need to find it somewhere, a lot of us are searching for it in skincare products and makeup products and like fashion trends, right? But what Allah is trying to tell us is take care of yourself, and you don't have to change anything about you because you are enough. We don't need anything extra to be worthy of being accepted and being loved. And this is really the whole point, is that you are enough. When I understood this, I understood the fact that if you dress up and you take care of yourself, and the only person that sees you is you, that is actually enough, because you are worthy of that. Like, everybody doesn't have to see if you apply makeup for it to count, because you do it for yourself. I think this is something that we don't hear often. And sometimes when we think about modesty and we think about covering ourselves or not showing off to other people, we think that is oppressive, but it is only oppressive because society says that you have to do that in order to be accepted. So this mindset shift takes a little bit to sink in. It takes some work. You have to like sort of like see how we are all chasing these trends that make no sense, so that it really sinks on you that accepting yourself is the most beautiful thing, and this is what Allah is trying to give us. Which brings me to my last point, and that is balance. So you might think that, well, now I don't have to beautify and like go outside and put all this makeup. That means that I can just let go and not take care of myself. But actually, it's quite the opposite. And this is something that I have really enjoyed just personally, because I didn't do this at all before. So let's say if you have dark circles and you're using makeup to cover them, that's perfectly fine. But at the same time, you want to understand that dark circles could be a sign that you need more rest, that you're under a lot of stress, that maybe you're not drinking enough water. So you take every opportunity to take care of yourself, not in a superficial way, but like in a holistic way. So if you are having breakouts, there are sometimes internal reasons for you to have breakouts that you can address. Um, and I have a blog on that. You can read that on my website. But let's say if you are consuming a lot of sugar, that is just, we all know like how damaging sugar is, but yet we consume it. If you see that you're having more breakouts than usual, of course, you can use some makeup to cover it to make your skin look even. But at the same time, think about why you are getting these breakouts. Maybe, again, you need to drink more water. Maybe you need to consume less sugar, which eventually is just going to be great for your body. So you can see that if you start thinking about yourself and about taking care of your body in this holistic way, then it is so much better than just applying makeup for the sake of covering something without doing anything further about it. So striking the balance where you are not letting go of yourself completely, because this is not something that we are told to do in Islam. In Islam, our body has a right upon us and we have to take care of it. But then you don't want to go to the other extreme of having all of your confidence depending on the way that you look on the outside. So we want to like strike that balance of taking care of ourselves in this beautiful way. So when you think about issues in this sense from the outside, yes, use whatever makeup you need to like cover things and just look presentable and feel good about it, but at the same time work on the internal. And then when you do that, you're just going to make your body healthier and you're going to feel better, your skin is going to look good, you're going to depend less on the makeup, and then it's going to be something that you do really out of fun, that you do for your husband, that you do for yourself, that you do for your family. But understand that doing it for yourself also is 100% valid, and it's not like, well, if nobody else sees me, then what's the point? The point is that you see you, and that Allah sees you, and Allah sees you taking care of yourself. So that is also a beautiful thing that we have to remind ourselves. These four things, working on any skin issues that you might have, and you can check out my website for a lot of blogs and a lot of tips on that. Also addressing the ideas of beauty, where you are getting them from and how are they making you feel. Then seeing if your lack of confidence might be rooted in those things, and then striking the balance where you are not just letting go of everything, but you're actually taking care of yourself and fulfilling the rights that our body has upon us. So I hope that these four things help you in some way in your halal beauty journey, and that you see that the whole point is for you to embrace yourself, for you to remember, and to not let anybody else tell you that you are not enough, because you are enough and you are worthy, and Allah created you in the best of forms. And that is really the point of modesty and beauty, is just honoring your body and honoring this creation that we are, that Allah has blessed us with. So I hope that that was beneficial. If you have any other comments that you think might be helpful for other sisters, then leave them in the comments, inshallah. And I hope that you have a great day. Assalamu alaikum.